Hi, everyone. Okay, so as usual, my guest isn't here at the beginning, and hopefully he comes in sometime in the next couple of minutes. I'm fairly confident that he will, since his team all, they made their own announcement and tweets about this. So I think he'll be here. Anyway, I kind of wanted to address you all first anyway. So a couple of things, okay, what's up with the tiara and the jewelry and why, right? Okay, so the first time I was just doing it because I was experimenting to see if it would make more people watch. And it did, but also that was kind of off because I wore it on BitBoy's stream. So of course more people were watching. So I don't know, I guess I decided to keep doing it. And then someone commented that the reason that his wife stayed and watched the episode was that she saw me wearing a tiara and blingy jewelry, and that made her interested in crypto for the first time. Hey, thanks, Serena. And then she stayed and watched the whole episode. So I was like, wouldn't it be a good idea for to try and get more people or more women into crypto by saying okay, every week I'm going to wear a different tiara or a different piece of blingy jewelry. And then the next week during the live stream, I'll ask a question from the previous episode and give away a piece of jewelry to whoever the first person or most accurate answer is. So I don't know. I'm still kind of mulling through the idea. If you have any ideas, feel free to drop them in the comments or, let me know wherever we communicate, Twitter, here, anywhere. I'm going to check Telegram really quick because I saw a bounce, which might mean that I got a message. Nope, I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. It's from Chandresh. Okay, please join. Okay. So anyway, that was the idea. The last couple of streams have brought in some tips, and I was like, well, maybe I should use some of those funds to help improve the quality of the programming so that more people will watch. And one way to do that is to do, I don't know, fun giveaways. And I don't really want to give away crypto because I don't know, a lot of people have a negative taste in their mouth about that. And I don't know, thought this would be different. So we're going to give it a try. All right. So I got a message from Chandresh that just said, hi. I told him to please join because I'm already live. Hopefully that means he'll be here soon. Before he comes, I do legally have to tell you, and just because I should tell you, I work for LDA, and LDA is the marketing company that represents UniLend Finance. So that's true, but I don't have to have people on the show who I don't want to. It's definitely not part of my job description. And I actually really wanted to bring Chandresh on because his product Uniland has a really high S load, which I think might have, we may be able to find some synergies for Pulse with Uniland. And also they take a multi-chain approach. So they're primarily based on Ethereum. They've prepared to be launched on BSC. They're going to launch on Polygon very, very soon. So I mean, why not? Why not reach your maximum audience? So that is one thing that I hope that we'll talk about. Also, the story behind UniLend's inception was really interesting to me because it seemed like the people who founded it did so because they discovered, and I'm not sure exactly of the story of how this came about, but they did so because they discovered that the automated market makers and the existing allegedly decentralized system wasn't being fair. So so Chandresh is here. He's in the back. I'm going to bring him in and we're going to start this conversation. Hi, Chandresh.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, hi. I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much for joining. We had to cancel this once because neither of us was feeling very well, and I'm glad that you're doing better now.
Yeah. Actually, I was, slightly ill, and in India, situation is, slightly tough due to COVID. So yeah, I was taking some break, and really glad we could do this at last, Nicole.
Yeah, I am too. So yeah, there's a bunch of people like, when will UFT move up, guys? There's like some things to consider, and one of them is that your team is in India, and India has been like ravaged lately,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but after a few lockdowns, seems like the situation is getting better. So yeah, overall, hopefully everything comes back to normal. But yeah, I mean, as our team is mostly remote, and most of the employees are currently at their hometown, so everyone is in their comfortable zone. So what I feel like that in this lockdown situation, we are in fact able to do more as we were able to do previously. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, so anyway, so thank you so much for being here. I really have wanted to talk to you for a while. Been trying to talk you into this for at first. I think it was trying to talk you into it, and then it was just trying to get our schedules to align. And
Yeah.
some of that is because you're on the other side of the world. But the reason why I really wanted to talk to you is, when I first started working for LDA, Uniland was the first project that I was really interested in, and that was
Mhm.
because of some of the material on your website about the reason for starting Uniland was realized that some of the automated market makers weren't exactly being fair, or like weren't really practicing decentralization. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what you were working on, or what you were working on that brought that to your attention.
Yeah, so I was previously leading the marketing and strategy for Matic Network, which is now Polygon. And during that time, like currently Aave is actually already on the Polygon blockchain. But that time, we were trying to get Matic listed on a decentralized money market. So there are, huge number of ERC20 assets currently. Like there are more than 7,000, 8,000 ERC20 assets. And out of that, the major money markets, the tokens which they are supporting for lending and borrowing are basically only 30 and 30 40 tokens. So you can see that out of 7 8,000 tokens, only very limited assets are currently supported in decentralized money market, be it Aave and Compound. So what me and along with the two co-founders, Tarun and Suryansh, they were working on a protocol named as Meta Transact, which is like, you will be able to do the gasless transaction on a blockchain. So we were discussing this idea, and then we came up with the solution that the major problem is liquidation, and if we are able to solve the problem of liquidation for major assets, then we will be able to permissionlessly support more and more tokens into the ecosystem for lending and borrowing. So currently, like if you see, I mean, you can also see Uniland as a combination of Uniswap and Aave, where Uniswap allows any token to be listed in a permissionless way for trading. Aave supports limited assets, and they have their own governance model. We are coming up and saying that we will support all the tokens for trading as well as lending and borrowing.
Right, and so, but unlike with some decentralized exchanges like Uniland, like Uniswap and like QuickSwap, even when you provide liquidity for a pair, you have
Mhm.
to provide both sides. But with Uniland,
Yeah.
you have single asset pools. Is that right?
Mhm. Yeah, so currently, the product which I am talking about, that is our version 2, which our team is working on currently. The current product which we have live is of, Flash Loan. We believe that into the complete Uniland ecosystem, like we are not only building one dApp simply, we are we are building a complete ecosystem where we are, allowing, like you might have seen, there are so many synthetic assets currently in the ecosystem. Like Injective Protocol has many synthetic assets. Then Mirror Protocol, they are also our partners. Then Phantom Protocol. So all the synthetic assets also we will be able to allow the lending and borrowing of those things. So we are building a complete very bigger ecosystem. We are not just only building a simple dApp. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like you're building a full suite of DeFi products, right?
Yes,
So
yes. So
when
the current product, which you were asking, Nicole, it is of a flash loan, where we have started the lending of tokens and the flash borrowing of token, and it has its own revenue generation model. So like all the fees currently, Aave has around 0.09% fees for flash loans. We are coming up with 0.05%, and we are providing the flash loans in a permissionless way for all the tokens. So the current product which is live, it itself is a revenue generating model. And when we launch on Polygon, we already have so many teams lined up. Like QuickSwap is one of the exchange we are working very closely with. QuickSwap is the highest volume and highest TVL exchange on Polygon currently. And
I'm aware.
glad like glad like I am a very good friend with Rock already. So we are already, there are so many collaboration coming up with them. Then Define is one of the decks which is getting a lot of traction, and we are also working closely with them. Then apart from that, there are so many other ecosystem projects, as I come from previously from Matic team, so I'm very well connected into the complete ecosystem. So we are getting huge support on the Polygon ecosystem, and when we launch, we expect to generate huge volumes and revenue for all the users of our flash loans and people who are lending their tokens on our platform.
Yeah, and you've even compiled Uniland has compiled like a document explaining how to create flash loans. Is that right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Yeah,
It's not exactly an easy process.
yeah, it is not an easy process. So what we have realized over the period of time, that like flash loans are known only for the negative reasons. Like recently there are two hacks happened and flash loan was used. There are so many flash loan providers like Aave, DYDX. So I mean, this guy is building an ecosystem of flash loans, and there are obviously positive use cases also, and some use cases which are involved in hacks. But what we as a team feel, that there is a lot of education which needs to be sent out into the common audience. And there are so many use cases. Like if I talk about then you can use flash loans for on-chain value improvement. You can use flash loan for arbitrage opportunities. You can use flash loans for collateral swap. You can use flash loans for liquid optimization. So the use cases keep going on. And we have a really great developer community also, which we have already started building around us when we launched the 1 million dollar grant. And there are some teams which are building some amazing products on top of our flash loan. So we understand that the common audience also want to interact with this, and we want to lead the innovations in the flash loan area from the front. So yeah, we are coming up with many tools which will allow, which will allow not only developers but the common audience also to interact with the flash loans. So
Yeah,
yeah, this is an amazing thing happening. Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
Yeah, so talking about that $1 million grant program, I really wanted to talk a little bit more about that. And I know it's divided among the teams or people who you select. And what were the aspects? What were the things that you were looking for? Like what kind of propositions are you hoping to find?
Yeah, so basically, what we are looking like, we already have the flash loan product live currently. So one or two examples I will say, that there is one of the teams which were building a bot which will be able to grab all the arbitrage opportunities which are there in the ecosystem. So like if take example of Uniland, if it is listed on QuickSwap and it is listed on Define also, and there is a price difference between both the exchanges, then with the help of flash loans, the arbitrage opportunity can be can be captured, and there is obviously a revenue generation for that. Apart from that, it also helps for on-chain volume improvement. Like everyone want their community to uh, have good volume on their token, so that overall user experience improves while trading. So there are some teams which are building volume generation products also, which can be used in market making by different projects. So there is so much innovation which we are seeing already happening in the space. And yeah, really glad to see. I mean, this is just the start, and we are yet to start our major initiatives of hackathons which we were planning. So yeah, exciting days ahead for Uniland, definitely.
So someone is asking, Joe, who I think you recently met, he's a new member of the LDA team, is asking, when Uniland launches on Polygon, will he be able to borrow against any or most ERC20s, or is there a specific coin that he'll need for it?
Mhm. Yeah, so basically, see, launching on Polygon, like I don't want to disclose the date, but it is pretty soon. I mean, it will be happening very soon. And we are almost ready. We are talking with different projects, whose help will be required uh, on making this launch super successful. So when we launch, we will start with the major pairs like, WETH and WMatic, and maybe UFT will obviously come. Then some stable coins. We are talking to some Uniland, some Polygon ecosystem projects also. Then there are some major projects also, like Quick Token is there, and some other major tokens are there. So we will launch with that, and over the period of time, we obviously want to expand our ecosystem, and we are planning to make the complete process permissionless also. So it will be mostly like anyone who wishes to add their token will be able to add their token on our pool, and the flash loan functionality will be open for their token.
But right now you're adding them manually, right?
Yeah, so
One at a time.
right now, basically, yeah, it is like we are doing a lot of co-marketing activities also with the projects which we are launching. And like our complete ecosystem is built in a way where if you lend tokens, there is obviously a revenue generation model from flash loans. But apart from that, currently, projects are adding some rewards so that people who are lending their tokens will have some incentivization for locking the tokens initially, until unless the flash loan revenue is not very high. So yeah, I mean, that is the approach we are taking, and we are doing a lot of co-marketing activities. So we are very closely interacting with all the projects we are launching. And yeah, I mean, there is a process involved currently where our intervention is required to add the token.
But the plan is to eventually do away with that.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, we want to support the permission less feature, and our complete narrative is around that only. So definitely we want to have the complete control in the hands of community, and whoever wants to interact, they should be able to interact. In fact, if you look at our product, the way it is built, we have a reward feature and an airdrop feature which can be used by any community member, not just a project. So our complete model is designed keeping the permissionless thing in mind. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So, so we've talked about your upcoming launch on Polygon. From some of the announcements that, your team has made, you're also looking to expand into additional ecosystems, eventually as you have that opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've partnered with some companies that have relationships with Polkadot, for instance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we definitely believe in that. Like, if the opportunity is there, we want to go and we want to support all the communities which are there in the space. So yeah, no doubt in that.
Yeah. So I really, so yesterday when we were talking really briefly about this, I told you that one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you was because I thought that it would be really great for you to consider at some point, maybe not yet, but at some point, bringing Uniland, launching a Uniland product on PulseChain. And then I sent you some information. Did you have the chance to look over any of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I didn't go through the details, but I will definitely look into it and see. I mean, the way our protocol is built, our protocol will majorly work on the ecosystems which are
Yep.
already growing rapidly. So like the current product which we have of flash loan, and then but the lending borrowing protocol which we are launching, we want to have a ecosystem where there are large number of tokens supported, and at the same time there is a good amount of TBL is there on the protocol. Like when we are launching on Polygon, currently Aave has a 40% or like 7-8 billion worth of capital logged onto Polygon, and around 11-12 billion logged onto Ethereum. So around 40% capital is there on Polygon, and the total TBL of Polygon is also more than 10 billion. So considering all these things we need to consider. But having said that, we are also a community driven project, and we have our governance launching. So definitely all such proposals going forward, we know our community wants us to do multiple things. So we will take all such proposals, and we will try to do what our community wants. Definitely.
Sure, that makes sense. Well, just so you and your community knows, UniLend UFT is an ERC20 token, which means that when PulseChain launches, everyone who holds UFT in their self-custodial wallet, meaning a wallet that they own the private keys to, not an exchange, will get a copy of UFT on PulseChain. It will be PUFT. So, what that price, what that asset will be worth, or whether it will ever be worth anything, is more or less up to the community, because we price discovery. But just so you know, this is going to be the largest airdrop in history. You will double your tokens.
Yeah, definitely. I will look into it. Sounds interesting, and if it is worth doing, definitely we'll consider it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's something that you'll probably have to understand a little bit more about. But yeah. Oh, you know what? I wanted to talk to you about the recent announcement of Uniland's mascot, the DeFi Space Monk. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so basically, our team came up with this complete idea, and this is a space monk, which is starting its journey currently into the ecosystem, and now we are launching to Polygon also. So definitely, whatever collaborations, partnerships, and the projects which are getting added into the Uniland ecosystem. So I mean, our team came up with this idea that this is a story of a monk, and over the period of time it will keep on growing. And yeah, I mean, our team is very creative, and they keep on coming up with such ideas.
I like the story of the monk because it is like a story, like one that you would hear from, carried on from old times, where like a privileged person kind of evolves. It's like the story of someone gaining enlightenment.
Yeah.
An enlightenment about DeFi specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great story. Okay, so I don't know. Someone is asking, will synthetic assets be traded next year?
Mhm. No, so our complete protocol is getting built in a way that we are going. Our ultimate aim will always be to allow all the ERC20 assets in a permissionless way. So, if you take example, there are stocks like Tesla, Fang, which are which are there on the ERC20 blockchain and supported, by different mechanisms. Then there are some bull and bear tokens also. So any token, anything which is in the form of ERC20, we will be able to open the market, lending and borrowing market for them. So definitely, I mean, this is something which we will be able to support from the start of our launch. And currently the ecosystem is evolving, and the ecosystem doesn't require the flash loans of synthetic assets currently. So what we believe that even though we can support it, but we are not taking that approach immediately. But yeah, over the period of time, when we come up with our version 2, we definitely we will be supporting all the assets in a permissionless way.
All right, awesome. Oh, someone is asking, will UFT reach $10 by this year end? I don't think that he can know the answer to that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. See, from the start, I am like I remember whenever someone asks this question, I remember my Matic and Polygon journey also. So during that time also, people used to ask. So I have gone through that journey, and what I have realized, I in fact I did a tweet also today that ignore all the noise and keep building. And that is what I have I have been doing from last 2 years, and that is what our team is doing continuously. So I believe that price and market cap, all these things are the byproduct of actual traction, actual adoption your product is bringing. So we are focusing on that, and yeah, I believe all the other things will definitely follow.
All right, awesome. Well, okay, so there's kind of a thing that I asked. So I know Chandresh answered, but what dexes are UFT on right now? On Polygon right now, it's just QuickSwap, right?
Yes, on Polygon it is QuickSwap. On Ethereum chain you can trade on Uniswap, SushiSwap, Balancer. We are also listed on Binance Exchange, which is the world's most largest exchange. We are also listed on WazirX, CoinDCX, which are the major exchanges out of the Indian ecosystem. So yeah, I mean, UFT is a liquid coin, and yeah, you can trade it at all these places.
You can margin trade it, right?
Yes, you can margin trade it on MXC currently.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right. So before we wrap this up and I ask you my last question, I want to know if there's anything that I want to know if there's anything that you wanted to talk about that I didn't ask you about, or anything that you want to share that I didn't get into.
No, so I mean, you nearly touched upon everything, Nicole. I think all the things which we are coming up with, I guess all these things are covered. And glad we could take some community questions also. So I guess some community questions are also answered.
Yeah. Some community questions are answered, and you're always around too for people to ask you questions in your Telegram group, which is t.me/Uniland Finance.
Yes, you're right.
Cool. All right. So my last question is, so this show is called Building Bridges, and it's about establishing relationships with different crypto communities. So what I'd like to ask is, will you build a bridge with me?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? Okay.
So it goes like this. I put up one half of the bridge, and then you put up the other half.
So how do I do it? Okay, this is the camera.
Yeah, you have to go like the opposite. Yeah, there we go.
At last.
Yeah. We did it. Bridge built. All right. Chandresh, thank you so much for being here. Audience, thanks for so much for joining me again. And if you'd like to win my tiara or have some ideas about my giveaway, then get in touch. Let me know. Let's figure it out. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Chandresh. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.